Morning everyone, how are you doing? It's Matt from Back to Self Fitness here. Going to do another video, just having a bit of a chat about something that I see almost every day in here. I'm going to try not to vent. It's going to be as informationally helpful as possible. As you can see, I've got the binoculars on to make me look a little bit smarter, so hopefully it sinks in a little bit more, taking it from a smart looking person. What I want to talk about today is something that almost every client can relate to, and I think almost every person gets wrong. I want to talk about weight loss. Weight loss is a very, very dangerous topic to talk about because everyone's a genius when it comes to weight loss. Everyone has their own secret tips and tricks to how to lose weight and all that kind of crap. It's really simple when you break it down. I'm going to talk about weight loss and why weight loss is bad, as opposed to fat loss, which is good, which is what everyone is after. They say weight loss, but what they mean is fat loss. But for some reason, that doesn't sink in with people. It's so ingrained in people that it's weight loss. I need to lose weight. Weight. Let's just have a think. What piece of equipment does everyone have in their house which they judge how they're travelling? Scales. For some reason, people use scales to be the judge on how they're going, which is complete and utter bullshit. Granted, don't get me wrong, if you are a weight loss client and you want to lose 10 kilos, that's how you say it, I want to lose 10 kilos. No one ever comes in and says, I want to lose size. But that's what they mean when they say, I want to lose 10 kilos. What they actually mean is, I want to lose size. I personally haven't had anyone walk through these doors who's a professional fighter, a jockey, what else? Something where they have to be a certain weight. I haven't had any client walk in and that's the case. It's average Joe working 9 to 5. For some reason they've got in their head that I need to lose 10 kilos. Why? It just annoys me so much when that's how they judge themselves. Now, they're like, well, hang on, why is the PT saying that's bad, that people want to lose weight? Why are you saying that's a bad thing? It's because of the negative effect that weight loss, has on your brain and your mentality. Like, if you think about Weight Watchers, Light and Easy, things like The Biggest Loser, what else we got? Body transformation challenges that are, we're going to make you smaller. And it's like, well, the focus is on weight loss. And to get weight loss, in every instance I just mentioned, Biggest Loser, the old TV show, and Weight Watchers, let's take those two. The focus is on what the scales say. So how do you change what the scales say? It's, you put less food in your body. So Weight Watchers, the meals are scaled. With The Biggest Loser, it was about restricting what they could eat and train as well, so the scales would go down. Now, that's great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because calorie intake's a massive deal, but let's go back to average Joe. Like, if you come in and you're 65 kilo female, let's just use that, and you want to get, you want to tone up a little bit. In your head, you're going, I need to lose weight. When you really should be thinking, I need to lose fat. Now, to lose fat, you actually need to eat more. Like, I guarantee there are so many people who don't eat their calorie allowance. And when you don't eat your calorie allowance, what happens is your body uses the muscle in your body to fuel itself. If you don't put enough food in, your body will chew on muscle before it starts chewing on fat. That's just a fact. Look it up. It's easier for your body to use muscle as fuel as opposed to using fat as fuel. How many elite athletes do you reckon eat 1,200 calories a day? Not many. How many elite athletes do you reckon eat 25 to 3,000 calories a day, both male and female? I reckon heaps. And how many fat elite athletes do you see? Not very many. People need to get through their heads that you can't restrict food to equal where you want to be. If you stop eating, your body's going to start chewing on your muscle, which means the fat stays the same. So theoretically, your body fat percentage is going to get worse, and you're going to be weaker, you're going to be more of a shit human to be around because your tolerance is going to become lower and lower because you don't have the energy to run your body. So you're going to be in a bad mood, you're going to be weak, you're not going to be motivated because in your head for some reason you want to lose weight, so you need to put less in, which is rubbish. You need to put the right amount in. So first of all, and you can find this anywhere on the internet, you need to work out how many calories you can eat per day. And then you eat that amount of calories. And you need to train on top of that. You know, if you're not training, you're not going to improve, like you're only going to improve so much. And when I say training, I mean going for walks, whether it's seeing your PT, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's doing local boot camps, whatever it is. Don't get me wrong, this is not a sales pitch to come in and see me. This is, you know, you need to understand, when I say you, I mean, people need to understand what they actually mean and what they actually want. So, if you want to be smaller, you need to be very careful about how you attack it. If you eat less, you're going to be smaller because you've got less muscle. You're still going to have the same amount of fat. If you want to tone up, you actually need to eat more. And yes, the scales may increase by a kilo or so, but it's going to be a muscle. And guess what? You're going to look leaner and fitter than you did before. How many times have you gone and caught up with your friends and pulled out a set of scales from your handbag or your backpack or whatever and got on and said, hey, look everyone, I'm down to 60 whatever kilos or 70 kilos or whatever. How many times has that ever happened? How many times have you caught up with some, your friends and said, hey, I'm actually wearing mediums now when I was wearing larges before? So it's very, like, how do I say this? You need to judge off how you feel, how you look, and how your clothes fit. The scales should not rule your life. If they do, you're going to be in a very negative mindset and, negative mentality when it comes to your body. If you trust that if you eat the required amount and you train properly, you will lose fat. The scales, you don't need to worry about. Who gives a shit what the scales say? I have a couple of weight loss clients at the moment, and I couldn't tell you what they weigh. I don't care. I don't weigh them. We get the tape measure out. The tape measure is such a better guide to see how you're going. Things like drinking more water than usual. Things like going to the bathroom more often than usual. Things like not drinking enough. They're all going to affect what the scales say. Does it mean you're any better or worse on your fitness journey? Absolutely not. It just means you've changed something that usually happens with your body. If you use the tape measure as your guide, that is a truer representation of how you're traveling. And unfortunately, the hard thing for people to get a grasp on is don't use the scales. Because as I said, the scales are readily available in your house and you can jump on and use that as your guide. And that shouldn't be the case at all. Weight loss clients are the same. Don't use the scales. Who cares? The weight will change, but that shouldn't be your focus. Your focus should be changing your shape. Your focus should be changing your lifestyle. Forget how your body looks. Changing your lifestyle, changing your health, health, not what the fucking scales say, you know what I mean? And I go back to average Joe. For some reason, it's in their mind that I need to lose 2 or 3 kilos, or 65 kilos is my perfect weight. Why? Who said that? Are you a fighter? Are you a jockey? Why do you need to be 65 kilos? You can be 68 kilos and be leaner and have abs and have definition. Are you going to feel bad that you now weigh 3 kilos heavier than what you did previously? No, because you look better. What I'm trying to get across is you need to fuel your body the right way. Restricting calories isn't going to work if you want to improve your definition. You don't need to restrict your calories. You need to eat the right amount. You need to train properly. And I'm not saying this is a license to kill, go and eat what you want. No, of course not. Like, I'm not an idiot. But what I'm saying is, if you have the mentality of eat less equals look better, you're wrong. Okay? Yeah, sure, the scales might say differently. Like I said, you're going to be tired, your motivation's not going to be there. Your body fat percentage is probably not going to be where you want it to be, and you're not going to have that definition. You're definitely not going to be as strong as you were. So, the reason why I want to get this across is I've experienced in the past few weeks people who are a little bit misguided on how to get to where they want to be. People who want to be able to lift heavier, but also, I need to get down to 70 kilos. Why? That's always the question I get to. Calories, if you're going to think about one word when it comes to fitness and nutrition, calories. Are you eating enough? Are you eating the right amount? Are you eating the right type of calories? Calories is the key word that people just ignore. I guarantee out of the people that I train, 80%, 70%, 80% aren't eating enough. So you cap your results by what fuel you put in. And I'm making changes with people, and the hardest thing is for people to recognise with themselves that they actually need to put more fuel into their body. So yes, food is food, but you can't think about food like, oh yeah, great, I get to eat this really nice, delicious meal, great. Food is fuel. Like, you don't run your car on empty the whole time. You always fill it up, and it runs sweet. If you don't fill it up and run it on empty the whole time, you're going to have more issues with your car. So, if you treat your car like that, why not treat your body like that? If you have any other questions about weight loss versus fat loss, feel free to ask me. It's one of the areas that I see the most. It's one of the areas that grinds my gears the most. Take it from this reasonably smart looking person that it's simple. Once you get your head around it, it's simple. Eat your calorie allowance for the day, train well, and you'll be surprised at how toned you get. If you don't eat enough, you're going to lose muscle before you lose fat. They're the facts, unfortunately. Like I said, if you've got any questions, please ask. I could talk about this all day. I've been talking for 14 minutes now, and I've kind of vented and rambled a little bit, but don't be misguided with weight loss and fat loss. If anyone needs a little bit more guidance, please let me know. I can help as much as possible. But yeah, cool. Hopefully that was a little bit insightful. Hopefully it kind of struck a chord with a few people. Looking forward to some feedback from this one. Enjoy your day.